This woman is insanely rich. She's sunbathing at her mansion, while bodyguards are hauling in stacks of cash non-stop. She calls over a housekeeper and asks what's going on. The housekeeper says you've got so much money, the company can't hold it all anymore, so we're bringing it home. She bursts out laughing at the thought. Even though it was just a dream, she still woke up smiling with satisfaction. The woman's name is Esra and she recently divorced her husband Ozan, but before she knew it, Ozan had transformed into a billionaire overnight. While she was riding the bus to work, she saw the headline and was totally stunned, her heart filled with disbelief. She kept ranting to strangers on the bus, saying he used to be sloppy and lazy, never lifted a finger at home. She insisted his success was all thanks to her. Later at the restaurant, Esra overheard two guys gossiping about her. They said Ozan's ex-wife must have been a plain and frumpy woman, and accused her of taking half of Ozan's fortune. Their words got nastier and nastier. Esra was furious and couldn't hold back. She picked up the order machine and threw it at them. She ended up getting taken to the police station. The man wanted to press charges for assault. Esra said he was slandering her, because she really was Ozan's ex-wife. The man scoffed and said, "You must be dreaming. There's no way a billionaire was ever married to you, unless you can get him here." The police also asked her to call Ozan over, but Esra hesitated for a moment. She remembered the vows they made, and said she'd rather go to jail than bother Ozan. Her best friend couldn't sit still. She secretly called Ozan, and to her surprise he picked up. Turns out Ozan hadn't changed his number, but he said he had nothing to do with Esra anymore. It seemed like he didn't want to help, but the next second Ozan showed up at the station. Seeing his former love again, old feelings started flooding back. Esra was stunned. He actually came to save her. As they left, Esra shyly stepped forward to thank him, but Ozan looked annoyed, telling her not to call him again. That set Esra off. She yelled at him angrily, "I got locked up because of you, and now you talk to me like this." But Ozan wasn't backing down either. The two of them started arguing loudly, calling out each other's faults, listing every mistake they could think of. This woman's life was just heartbreaking. She handed out flyers in the morning, ran a street stall in the rain by afternoon, and worked in a restaurant at night, all just to support her husband's dream. But years of poverty eventually pushed her to the edge. She had a huge argument with her husband, and locked him out of the house. She told him she wanted a divorce, no matter how much he begged. She didn't change her mind, but just the next day after the divorce, her ex-husband suddenly became a billionaire. That night, Esra lay in bed unable to sleep, telling herself she was over her ex. Meanwhile, Ozan also couldn't fall asleep. He poured himself a drink to calm down. The next day Ozan showed up at Esra's workplace. He rolled down his car window and saw his former love doing kitchen duty. His emotions were all over the place. Suddenly Esra's phone rang. Seeing Ozan's name pop up made her panic. She finally got the courage to answer. Trying to sound casual, Ozan asked her to stop by his company at 3. Esra said she was too busy, joking that she deals with millions every minute. But Ozan wasn't having it. He gave the address and hung up. Her best friend was thrilled when she heard. Esra headed to the mall, letting her inner shopaholic take over. Her tiny wallet took a brutal hit, but she left with her sleeves rolled and confidence high. No makeover is complete without nails and hair. Then she bragged to just about everyone, before heading home to change into something dazzling. She looked so radiant it was practically blinding. Esra arrived at Ozan's company, nervous yet excited. She stepped into his office. They greeted each other politely. Esra thanked him for helping her at the police station the day before. She truly meant it, but Ozan pulled out a contract. It clearly stated Esra could never mention their relationship to anyone again. Then he brought out a check and said if she signed, the check would be hers. Esra felt crushed. She came with genuine feelings, but he clearly no longer cared. She asked why he was treating her like this. Ozan replied, "Isn't this what you wanted? You found out I was rich now, so you called me yesterday, didn't you? Consider the check as compensation for our years of marriage." Esra hopelessly picked up the pen, and tearfully signed her name. If he had changed this much, why should she still hold on? She tore up the check, and walked away with her head held high. If we once loved each other, why end up hurting each other? She was hailed as the pinnacle of human beauty. He was dubbed Turkey's version of Takeshi Kaneshiro. Esra had just been cruelly humiliated by her ex-husband, and had a cup of milk tea dumped all over her as she left. That's when a handsome rich guy walked over. He asked Esra if she needed any help. At that moment Esra finally broke down. She cried her heart out, ranting that Ozan was a total jerk, and blaming fate for being so unfair. But charming men always have a way. With just a few words the rich guy made her laugh. Esra wiped away her tears, thanked him and left. Just then Ozan walked down the stairs. Turns out the rich guy was Ozan's friend. That night Esra's best friend came to comfort her. Esra said Ozan had become a totally different person. He even accused her of only reaching out for money. Her friend asked why she never told him what really happened when they broke up. Esra said it didn't matter anymore. To her, Ozan was now part of the past. Her friend hugged her tightly, feeling her pain. The next day Esra was getting ready for work when she got a message from her boss saying she was fired. When it rains it pours. Her brother tried to comfort her briefly before rushing out. He went straight to Ozan's company and acted like he wasn't all there, rambling about all sorts of nonsense. He even said that Esra's divorce from Ozan was the biggest regret of their lives. After all his small talk, Ozan handed him a check. He was absolutely stunned. He went to the bathroom and slowly opened the check. When he saw the amount, he started laughing uncontrollably. Just as he was about to head home, he got stopped by a gang boss. The boss asked how he was doing, then threw him into a car. They drove him to a remote spot and told him to dig. Just as things were about to get serious, he gave them the money to save himself, then ran home covered in dirt. Esra asked why he went to Ozan. He told her everything, including that he took $500,000 from Ozan and used it to pay off his loan sharks. Esra was speechless. Their mom was so mad she chased him out with a broom. After learning her brother took Ozan's money, Esra called Ozan and said she wanted to meet. She went to Ozan's company and demanded to know why he gave her brother money. Ozan said, "You act all noble like you don't want money, and then send your brother to ask me for it. What kind of game is that?" Esra said she had no idea any of that happened, and told him she'd return every cent. Then Esra suddenly asked Ozan why the company was registered on the day they divorced. Ozan said that's the day he got his investment. Esra asked, "If you got the investment, why didn't you tell me?" Ozan said angrily that on the day they divorced, she told him straight up she didn't love him anymore and wanted him out of her life. So why would he tell her anything? Then he left, leaving Esra standing there all alone.
교수 사는 분 어디